refrain from, okay, policy 364, the Fort Collins
Okay.
Code.
This is Mr. Montgomery.
Okay.
He was impeding his truck from leaving the parking lot when I got here. Somebody has presented charges to the DA's office, and the warrant's not valid right now.
Okay.
There's a witness completing a witness statement in the vehicle behind it to the obstruction part of all this. Basically, he can stay here. He's not going to touch Mike, and as soon as we get the witness statement, we're out of here.
Okay.
But your camera will
Yes.
be good to have there.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Wish I didn't have to do this, but I have a civil duty as a United States citizen to effect an arrest of any person according to 63201 that is in violation of a constitutional law or a state statute. In this case, all I had wanted a agreement for, or write him a citation for a couple months ago, was harassment charges. But since he resisted arrest, and I called West Haines up, West Haines showed, I filed my police report.
Okay.
West Haines told me that I could not file, or I could not arrest officers of the law, that they were exempt. I looked up the actual statute, 163201. States that any U.S. citizen can arrest or detain any person in the United States of America within the borders to effect a detainee so as to write them a citation if you believe they're Canadian crime. It's only to cite them. I'm only trying to detain him. I tried to detain him, then he would let me. He happened to have been with West Haines several weeks later, cited us in the forest for camping. I also attempted to effect an arrest then. What happened then was West Haines stopped me, physically stopped me from even effecting citizen's arrest.
Okay.
That's why when I saw Mike West's truck here, I had no choice but to come over here and finish this and end this, especially after reading the policies in your handbook that say that you need to be documenting this, and West Haines is not, otherwise this would have not happened. So policy 364 of the Fort Collins Police Services Handbook requires you to document a citizen's arrest in a very particular way to be very accurate about what had happened. It's an actual specific document separate from my witness statement.
Okay.
And that's what I need you guys to fill out. And I also need you to cite him now. And I also need you to cite him, like I said, for obstruction of justice and conspiracy to resist arrest with West Haines. And if you don't do that, I hate to admit, but you guys are in the same boat, and I have to cite you next. I don't want this to get any worse. It's just a harassment charge. That's it. He's innocent until proven guilty.
So how is he harassing you?
When my brother and I were hanging out at a park, at a softball park, middle of the day, sitting in the benches, in the gazebo area. Mike West came up to us, asked us a question about some car in the distance. We very politely shook our heads. He didn't listen to us. We said, hey, we really don't have any attorneys present. We don't, talk to lawyers, or we don't ask questions. When I said I don't ask questions, he's like, oh, that's interesting. And then basically, a whole barrage of statements after we decided not to talk. So one was, if you guys don't cooperate, I'm going to get you on trespass. We're in a public park during the day, sir. That's intimidation. And then when we didn't answer any questions after that, he's like, oh, I'm going to remember you guys. Started taking pictures of us with his personal camera to determine that, we're under investigation or something for doing literally nothing wrong. And then when we started talking to him, he became extremely belligerent. Literally, my brother and I were very cooperative. We were very kind with our words initially. But when he and belligerent and immediately turned around and started running away because he knew that he didn't actually have anything on us, and we actually had something on him. All I did was call, hey, sir, I need an officer here. Citizen's arrest until I can get someone here to determine that this is harassment. He said, don't touch me. Got into vehicle nuts. That's why I had to call West Haines up just to simply process the charge. I am even willing to be wrong in court and face a false imprisonment charge. But I have a duty as a United States citizen to effect an arrest of somebody that the key with the citizen's arrest is that you have to be a witness of it. I witnessed him harass my brother and me, but more my brother, and he's got an adrenaline condition. So I had to call it in.
Okay, so you're saying is that when he contacted you, asked you about a vehicle, you guys had no idea about it. He wanted to ask you more questions, but you refused because you didn't have your attorneys present. And then he goes, okay, I guess I'll remember you guys. And then he took your photos And then he left.
It was the tone of voice,
Okay.
the timing of the comment,
Okay.
the intimidation, saying that if you guys don't cooperate, I'll get you on trespass. That to me is harassment. And I've seen this before with Wes Haynes. If you guys weren't there, you can't capture the voice. So Wes Haynes did the same thing. He said, I guess I'll remember you guys, kind of saying, oh, sure, take a picture. No. This was, I quote,
okay,
I'm going to remember you guys. He emphasized the word you. He pulled out the pictures, and he said it to affect an actual reaction from us. He attempted to elicit a negative emotional response in us, and that is harassment. And that's all I'm trying to do, is say, for him, I need a judge to determine that. Not you guys. You guys are just the eyes and ears. You just cite. That's all. I tried to get Wes Haynes. Just to cite. That's it. I'm not trying to convict. I'm not trying to overthrow the government. I'm tired of people harassing my brother and I for being homeless. We had our gear. And that man over there also has other incidences that we talked to other people about where he has harassed them for the same class. And so it's a bigger anti-discrimination lawsuit that we're really in. But honestly, I saw harassment. And I am a citizen of the United States, and I have more powers than you guys. You are delegated by us. Service. So when you tell me that I can't arrest, and when I tell Wes Haynes that that's harassment, and he's like, no, that's not harassment, that's not your choice to me.
Have you by chance talked to his supervisor?
I've tried to. I haven't gotten
Who's his super? Okay.
I've been meaning to.
Okay.
I need to get in fact, actually today was the day.
Because
I was going to go in and get an internal complaint file for this.
Okay.
But when I saw his truck over, I was like, I can't pass up the opportunity. I have to do something. Because it's actually a travesty. If I don't do something, then I could be held liable for conspiring with him to harass somebody else.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. We're just talking.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine. It's all right.
Third time over now.
All right. Well, the thing of it is, and taking my own interpretation of this, okay, so take this with a grain of salt, right, is that from what you described to me, doesn't fall under the statute of Colorado state law. However, you might, like I said, that's why I was asking if you talked to his supervisor yet regarding this contact. Because you're pretty much, your complaint is that you think he's just contacting you because you and your brother are homeless.
No. It was the way you were treated without doing anything wrong. And the reason why it's getting so big and so out of control, and why I had to come over and do this, is that it's not even about the citizen's arrest of the arrest. It's not even about the harassment. The fact that I tried to citizen's arrest somebody, period. Doesn't matter what it is. And I was physically stopped from doing so. So it doesn't even matter what the statute is anymore, what the violation is. There is an actual crime where an officer of the law, Wes Haynes, physically stopped me from effecting an arrest.
Okay. Which basically means is that in Officer Haynes' opinion at the time, I wasn't there, is that what you were trying to do a citizen's arrest for did not meet the statute. And you cannot just arrest somebody because you think they're doing something. You have to have probable cause to believe that this actually happened. So that's why probably he restrained you from doing that.
Well, like
I said, but I wasn't there. I'm just trying to give you a little insight on how that's possible.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he said. But the problem is that when I talked to Wes Haynes, he went back and moved the goalpost back where you guys moved it up. Well, we can't actually expect the citizen because it's over harassment charge doesn't exist anymore, or it's not really real. When I called Wes Haynes up, I called him up for a charge of resisting arrest on top of the harassment. That's why he is working with Wes Haynes now. The second time that they've ticketed us and they were happy to be together, that was kind of ironic.
Okay, well,
it's the same charge. It has nothing to do with the harassment anymore.
Okay.
Ready? I'm reporting this to you guys right now. Because if you don't do something, you are actually going to be in the same boat liable as them. I attempted to effect an arrest. It happened to be over harassment charges. We don't know if that'll hold up in court, but I exercise my duty.
That's my point.
No.
You don't know if it's going to hold up in court, which means you don't have enough probable cause to believe that he actually violated the harassment.
I do have probable cause to believe that it will hold up in court. I don't know what the conviction is because I don't know what a judge will think. That's the judge's decision. That's all I'm saying. I have probable cause to effect an arrest. from there, it doesn't even matter what that is. Literally doesn't. If I say citizen's arrest to somebody, and they don't follow, they don't actually test out my arrest to see if it's false or not, that's a whole new charge that has nothing to do with the actual arrest. It's citizen's arrest violation now. And now it's twice over. Now it's 3 times over. And now if you guys don't actually either cite him for the resisting arrest or the harassment, then you are all going down for the exact same crime of conspiring to not cite him. That's why I was glad you guys came out. I need help.
Okay. Well,
Wes Haynes didn't help me.
just 1 second. It's my boss.
No worries. Sorry to get back to you guys.
No, I'm not. Hold on just 1 second.
Is that a restraining order?
He's gone now, and you are not trying to contact him.
I'll wait till I see the restraining order. You guys familiar with policy 364 of the Fort Collins Code?
I'm just telling you what you need to know.
I'm telling you what you need to know. Policy 364 was
done.
not followed by Wes Haynes. It is the policy to document a citizen's arrest. Policy 364! If you don't document it, you are all in